Yo, how's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be talking about 5 Blazing Bash units that I want to get 7 stars. Very opinion based, just like my earlier video today, but unlike that, this is going to be talking about Blazing Bash units that I want to just get a 7 star that have been in the game for quite a while. So all of these units would be units that potential long-time veteran players like me would be pretty much getting for free. They haven't been doing this that much as of late, but it's still a concept that they've done, so we know it's not impossible. And I already made a video on this about a month ago, talking about units that I would like to get 7 stars when it comes to Blazing Festival. So these are all going to be units, like I said, that are already in the game that I would love to get 7-star versions of when it comes to their Blazing Bash. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First unit being this Blazing Bash Minato right here. This unit is long time been one of the coolest Blazing Bash units in my opinion. Amazing Blazing Bash artwork. Like, honestly, nowadays, if I'm being real with you, I don't necessarily like all of the Blazing Bash artworks. Blazing Fest definitely has that step up, but there are some units, mostly around the 2nd anniversary time, in my opinion, that had great artwork. And this is actually really interesting to talk about because it kind of ties in with my earlier video. This came out around New Year's. This was the Blazing Bash New Year's unit for 2018 going into 2019. So during the 2nd year of Naruto Blazing, after the 2nd anniversary, and it's a really cool unit, man. Like, I love the artwork, and this Minato is great. Nowadays, not seen too much unless you have like a lower team, but he's not a bad unit by any means. With max dupes and everything, the only thing he needs is some immobilization, but he has that if you sync with wisdom, so I guess you could count that. Maybe jutsu ceiling. Honestly, yeah, give him some jutsu ceiling, because this dude nullifies switch ceiling, which is very, very crucial, especially now when you take into consideration the 7-star Rinnegan, or not 7-star, the Rinnegan Blazing Bash Sasuke we just got. Nullify switch ceiling, syncing with hidden leaf. That's very easy to sync with. That is amazing in itself. So give him jutsu ceiling on an ability or something like that, and he's pretty much set, because he doesn't need anything else. He'll have a mobilization. That's gonna be kind of hard to sync with, though. I'll be honest, wisdom isn't too prevalent nowadays. You can use Night Guy. Night Guy's a very good option. People used to use Hinata as well, but Hinata is not gonna be giving you, but like, she's not good nowadays. She's really not. So there's that. But this Minato, man, I would love to get a 7-star. I can't imagine what a latent skill would be. I mean, this dude is just, he's so great. And what he does, I'll actually go ahead and show you as well, but I could imagine a latent skill being amazing for this man. Now, of course, this is a live Minato, Hokage Minato at that, which would be very nice to go ahead and see. But just the fact that he's still not a bad unit. Like, his first jutsu is 3-6. It is single target, but it has switch ceiling, attack weakening, and chakra recovery ceiling. Now, most people have resistance against the latter one, but switch ceiling and attack weakening aren't too bad. Attack weakening not the greatest, but switch ceiling on the other hand, that's still pretty good, man. So yeah, definitely not a bad unit. Still nowadays though, I would recommend just adding that jutsu ceiling onto there. That would make him really good. And he's extremely fast. Like, he's over almost the 400 mark. He's at 383. If they made him a 7-star, he would well be over the 400 mark, probably able to compete with a lot of units like Shisui and things of that nature. So this is the first unit that I picked, and I definitely cannot wait if this dude gets a 7-star. Now, another Blazing Bash unit I want, no surprise, Team Minato. You know who I am. I love Team Minato. Is this Obito right here, which is the one that is Raged Obito, as people used to call him. Man, it's been so long since I've heard that name when it comes to Blazing, because this dude used to be amazing. 2nd anniversary, you guys know this was the anniversary Blazing Bash alongside with Kakashi. Now, Kakashi, I wouldn't mind him getting a kind of like a 7-star as well, but I just don't think he's as prevalent as like Obito was. Like, he really wasn't. He does damage, and you know, that's about it. That's about it, man. I mean, he's not a bad unit. He's really not. It's just, when it comes to like units that need 7 stars, they need to be a little bit iconic. And Raged Obito was everywhere, man. People used to run 2 of this dude. He's just such a good unit back then. And what he does is he just pushes back. Like, pushback is still something nowadays that there's no resistance against at all. And he reduces your chakra by 2. A lot of units push back nowadays, but do they steal your chakra? Some of them, yeah, but not every one of them. Now, he is single target, so there's that. I'm not sure what a latent skill would be. We would have to see. It would be interesting. They would maybe need to knock his chakra cost down. If I'm being real with you, they would maybe need to make him a 3-6, because there's no way you're going to get a latent skill as a 4-8, if I'm being honest with you, on PvP. I just don't see it happening as prevalently, but very good unit, and all they would need to do is give him some immobilization, maybe some jutsu ceiling resistance, He's pretty old, I will grant you that, but he did come out right before Minato. I just think it would be really cool to get a 7-star of this unit, man, because he used to be everywhere. Like, that was the meta, man, and it would just be so nice to see this dude get some love, especially because, you know, I love Obito. But I would be fine with the Kakashi as well. I'm gonna put these both at number 2 because it could be either or, you know, they both came out exactly together. So I'd be rooting for Obito because I think he's a better unit, but yeah, it's debatable. I would love to see this man get a new 7-star. Now, I think it's only fair if they gave us a 7-star version of this Blazing Bash Hashidama. This unit came out with the Blazing Bash Madara, who funny enough was the first ever 7-star Blazing Bash unit and the only one that we've still had. I think it would only make sense. Like, I get why they gave it to Madara. Madara is definitely like a unit I feel like you could get away with more. But this dude's not bad, like he's really not. What he does is he is single target, he switches out the enemy row and switch seals them. So pretty much what Seijmo Naruto, the 5 Kage League unit does, except for he doesn't push back. But that could still be very helpful, and I can see a latent skill being good. But honestly, like, the reason 7-star Madara is so good isn't because of his latent skill. He's really good because he's got damage reduction, he can't be touched, and he does so much damage. This dude is fast. Like, Hashidama's fast if you get a max limit broken, of course, and you get that boost. Now, what they could add potentially, I'm not gonna say. Maybe give him a mobilization like they did Madara. Again, they could add another sync skill. We've seen them add more sync skills, so they could add those things in here, like jutsu sealing, switch sealing resistance, things of that nature. But just the fact that he would be able to just smack, like, it's only fair, man. I feel like it's only fair because we got Madara. Why not give us the other half? Like, Hashidama would be a great unit. Him and Madara back then were really cool, and they would just be crazy together on PvP again. Like, 7-star Madara is really good just because he's a 7-star. Like, a lot of people don't understand how big of a boost that is. 7-star units are broken good. So yeah, I would love to get Hashidama just because I feel like it would only be fair, you know? Okay, Haku. Now hear me out. Haku is a very, very specific unit, honestly, if I'm being real with you. He's gotten a limit break, obviously, and he's not bad. Now, it's kind of a special place in my heart because when I started playing Blazing, there was Haku and Zabuza in the Blazing Bash. They had just come out. Now, Zabuza I actually pulled back then. But I would think I would rather have Haku. I think I would rather have Haku just because he's such a good unit. He really is. He's so super fast, man. Super fast. And if you can give him these dupes, like, he's gonna be even faster, man. And then take into consideration the 7-star, yeah, okay. It would be good. So what makes this Haku really good in my opinion is just the amount of damage he was able to dish out. Even back then, he does 40% of damage to wisdom as a bravery typing, and he's AoE. So obviously I feel like they would need to at least make him 4'8", just because he's 5'10". That's way too much for nowadays, but he's not bad. Like, when you look at it, like, he does AoE, 50% chance of speed reduction, and or switch sealing for 4 turns. So that means he's going to be destroying you based on damage because he also gets critical rate boost. So this dude was kind of like the Hashidama before Hashidama came out. I'm talking about the wisdom one. So yeah, this dude could absolutely destroy Night Guy. He could destroy the Minato I was talking about earlier. Now, the latent skill, again, I don't think that would be the hallmark of this unit, but I definitely see a 7-star just making this dude broken, and wisdom typings would not stand a chance, even if he's not attacking just wisdom. The fact that he has the crit means he could be doing damage to any typing, and the fact that also that he's AoE with the switch sealing is something that's still meta even now. I mean, the newest Blazing Bash unit is pretty much broken solely because of the switch sealing. So yeah, Haku, a really rated unit, but definitely one that would need a 7-star. Now, honestly, this unit is still really good to this day. He came out about a year ago, but you don't see him anymore, and it is kind of sad. So this Tobirama, let's be real, when he came out, 5 Kage League Minato was the fastest unit with 429 speed. With this, you can get yourself up to 430. Now, nowadays, you have units like Itachi and just Shisui, things of that nature, but I wouldn't mind getting a 7-star of this unit. Now, the problem is his speed would be insane. His speed would be insane, man. But I want a Tobirama. Okay, let's be real. If it's not this Tobirama, then another. I know I said all of them should be units that are already present in the game, but Tobirama needs a 7-star, man. Like, this dude was cool, and he's not too broken. Like, the reason he was broken at the time was because he was so fast, and there wasn't a lot of resistance. But there's resistance to immobilization and stuff of that nature. But what makes this dude really good, too, is he rolls back at the same time. So that's pretty good. Now, he does have such a low health, so giving him more would boost it. He is 3-6, they could give him a latent skill. Like, this is the one unit on the list that I actually feel like a latent skill would be the thing that makes him good. Give us a latent skill that makes the unit amazing, because like with the Blazing Fest Kakashi, his latent skill is what propelled him into a new tier. I mean, he was already really good back in the day, but that latent skill is insanely good. I use him to nuke map 10 on Ninja Road every time. That's how good he is, and he came out years ago. The Tobirama's been out a year, but I definitely think a latent skill would be very helpful. He already has a lot of things that you would expect, like immobilization, jutsu ceiling resistance, switch ceiling resistance right there as well. They could add more, and it would be just really, really good. I think so, because we need more Senju, if I'm being real with you, and you can't take this man nowadays because he gets one-shotted by Night Guy every single time unless he has damage reduction. So I would definitely love to get this man a 7-star, just because a lot of units, like, they need it, but this dude does too. Like, I feel like a lot of people have this dude maxed out, and you can't even use him nowadays, and that's sad. That's pretty sad. So let's go take care of it. Let me know what you guys think about these units. Again, all my opinion, one that I would definitely want would be this Minato. I think he's a pretty solid choice, honestly, just because he could still offer switch ceiling. Haku, honestly, would be pretty cool too, just because the damage and the switch ceiling. I would just love it. Like, 7-star, that's the thing. It has really good potential. I don't like the pay-to-play aspects of 7 stars, except for the ones that have already been in the game. If they want to go ahead and give 7 stars to units like this that have already been in the game for a long time and give you a 4-step banner like they did with Madara, then that would be completely fine with me. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.